Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jody, this is Russ Lover's Garage. If you'll remember in the last video when we stopped on the Ford, we had cut the hood, took a chunk out of it, and also made a pass down here on the fenders. I got out here one night this past week, late in the afternoon, with the torch and the saw, and got to kind of cutting some things around and got started on getting the front clip loose, and got it for the most part taken apart. Ran out of daylight. Flashlight died not long after that, so the only light that I had to work out of was a fire that I started underneath the truck with the torch. And I figured once it got so bad and I had to get my trusty Harbor Freight red bucket full of water, put the fire out, and then sit out here with it for a minute to make sure I didn't burn the whole truck down. I figured at that point it's probably time to stop, so here it is, early morning, kind of crispy. But we're going to go ahead and make some sparks and probably start another fire here in just a little bit, because I really didn't do anything about the leaves that were under it other than burn a few of them off. So let me get the camera, bring you guys over here so you can kind of see where we are, and hopefully we'll get this thing finished before dark and another afternoon fire. All right, behind the camera now, as you can see, we've got it cut here. Everything is fairly loose. I've got to get down in there. Try to zoom that in. I don't think you'll be able to see, but there's some screws on this side, or bolts, that are holding it together. And as we come across on the front over here, I think it's actually the rust that's holding this side together. Couldn't really see anything, but there's some metal laying on top of metal, and it's kind of rusted together. So got the old trusty pry bar right there, and we're going to give it a go. But once we get that cut off, I think we can get down in there with the torch and get the connections there, the brackets and all for the bumper on the frame, get that cut. At that point, we'll be done with what we're going to do here with this thing. And then, of course, I went ahead, as we had talked about in the past video, wound up cutting the hinges to get the door off. It was just in bad shape. And again, these doors are not that bad, but the outer skin is what I'm after, so we'll work on that too. So let me get you guys back over here on your perch and I'll get busy. See how many times I do that before I get it to fire off. Yeah, there's that fire I was talking about. believe we done good that time. Believe we done good. Let's see. Let's lay that right over there. On the way. Oh, we got one more right there. Right dead center. Probably would have been the easiest one to get to if I'd had both my eyes open. I think I might be running out of gas. What do we got? We got that little piece. I don't know. May as well just cut that loose too. Success, success, success. Oh. All right. Now that we've got that cut off, I'm going to cut the bumper off. The fire right now was not nearly as big as the one I had the other night. I'm kind of disappointed in a way that I didn't get all that filmed too, but I guess the dew on the grass kind of kept it down. So, all right, we're gonna get in here and cut the chassis and get the bumper pulled out, and this part of the project we'll be done with. Need to work on this torch is what I need to do. Let's see here. Okay, we got the bumper cut loose. So now I'll get all the torch and everything took back to the building. It didn't take near as long as I thought it would, and didn't even have to use a grinder. Brand new battery, brand new grinder. Put it up, we'll use it later. Anyway, we're gonna clean this mess up, get the doors over there and get all that set up, so stick around. This mess will continue. All right, I was not able to hold the camera, drive the tractor, load and unload these, and I just couldn't do it. Wasn't possible. Anyway, these doors are extremely heavy the way that they are, fully assembled, glass and everything's in them. What I'm going to do is take the side grinder with a Ziz wheel and basically cut around and throw everything else away. All I want is the outer skin with the mounts and the handles and that kind of stuff. And we're going to make some really cool wall art out of this for the shop. So basically I'm going to take the grinder and go through probably a box of Ziz wheels here just in a short period of time, so stick around. Well, I've got into some tight corners here around the hinges, so we're gonna get the old blue tip back out, and maybe we can start a fire over here. Let's see. After a lot of off-camera thinking and going back and forth, I finally got the skin, the outer skin of the door here, taken off the rest of the door. Didn't film a whole lot. Actually didn't film any of that because we just kept running into problems, and to be quite honest with you, I had to do some pretty sketchy stuff to get this done. I don't want to put that out there on the interweb and everybody think that that's the way you use a grinder, a sawzall, a torch, or anything like that. That's all on me. But anyway, still got all my fingers, still got everything pretty much intact, except my attitude is pretty bad right now. But we did get the skin off. I've got one more door to do, and then once we get them done, we can look and see what other work we've got to do, because there's going to be some cleanup on this, and we'll throw the rest of this stuff in the trash can. But stick around for just a few more minutes, and we'll get this other door taken apart. Now that I kind of know what to look for, I have never took a door of a 57 Ford F100 apart like this, so this was a learning experience, and anyway, the other one should go a little bit faster. Okay, during finishing the second door, we had a casualty. The tripod did not hold up under the falling door test. So, guess I'll be back on Amazon tonight. It is absolutely amazing to me such a simple project can turn into such a complicated and god-awful mess. I don't know, probably 10 Ziz wheels, tools scattered everywhere. There's a torch, it's out. There's the carnage left over from the inner part of the doors. And again, there's both door panels, okay? We did get them taken apart, and let's look on this back side right here. You can tell there's lot of jagged edges and things here that we're going to have to clean up. But all in all, it turned out fairly well. And the doors, the parts that I want to use are in really good shape. So I think it was worth the effort. You know, give it a little bit of time. We'll see what you guys think. All right, and there's the front bumper, the front clip, and the hood from the 57. I don't know. All right, let's try this again. The disc is full and the battery's about dead, so I'll have to talk fast. Again, there is the hood, the front clip, and the front bumper. The front valance on this thing is in pretty bad shape, so I may wind up having to piece it in, but we'll just have to wait and see on that once we get to the part of the project that this will actually come into play. Folks, I just wanted to thank you so much for sticking around. The channel's continuing to grow. We're up to close to maybe 1,100 or getting close to it subscribers. Thank you so very much for each and every one of you. Those guys that have been there from the beginning, I appreciate it. The new ones, welcome aboard, folks. We're getting into a rhythm where we're getting ready to start being in the shop. It's cold weather, doing a bunch of stuff, so we're going to be welding a few things together. But most importantly, we've got the main outside stuff on this Ford project. Again, this is for a part of the shop you guys have not ever seen. We'll be working on some pretty neat stuff over the winter time for that. Again, thanks so much for being here. Hit like and subscribe. Tell your friends and neighbors about it. But more importantly, I appreciate so much you guys being here. And as always, God bless.